FAA UAS Part 107 Practice Test 2026. Want to pass Part 107 fast? Stay with me, I will guide you. This is just a part of the complete course. Get my Udemy Practice test link in the description. The full practice questions, with explanations, will help you prepare for your certification exam. Read each line slowly and repeat aloud. This will help fix rules in your mind. Write short notes, solve small tests, and review mistakes to avoid repeating them. Section 1. Regulations and Remote Pilot Responsibility. Basics you must know to pass the test. Part 107 is the rule set that governs small unmanned aircraft in the United States. You must have a remote pilot certificate to operate commercially under Part 107 rules. I will explain practical duties, legal limits, and simple checks you must do before flying. Register your drone, mark it clearly, keep registration proof handy while you operate the drone. Always check airspace classifications, TFRs, and NOTAMs before any flight near controlled airspace areas. If you need authorization for controlled airspace, request it through LAANC or FAA systems before flying. Keep visual line of sight, maintain awareness of other aircraft, and always yield right of way. Do not fly over people, unless you have the proper category or FAA waiver for operations. Night operations require additional training or waivers. Carry adequate lighting to remain visible to observers. Maximum altitude is 400 feet above ground level, unless within 400 feet of a structure. The SUAS speed limit is 100 miles per hour, measured in ground speed. Follow this limit at all times. You must not fly carelessly or recklessly. Keep safe distance from people and property at all times. Pre-flight inspection is your duty. Examine battery, propellers, frame, and communication link before every flight. Brief your crew and anyone helping. Assign roles. Confirm visual observers understand their responsibilities clearly. If you have a lost link, follow your pre-planned lost link procedures. Return or land safely immediately. Keep maintenance records, log repairs, and document any part replacements to show safe aircraft condition. You must report serious accidents to the FAA within 10 days. Do this without delay after incident. Understand the difference between certificated and recreational operations. Follow Part 107 rules for commercial flying. You are responsible for ensuring the SUAS is safe to fly. This includes proper loading and balance. Never carry hazardous materials or drop objects from your SUAS. This is prohibited under Part 107. Keep your certificate and government ID accessible during operations. Show them if an FAA inspector asks. Complete a self-assessment before each flight. Consider weather, terrain, air traffic, and equipment status carefully. Wind, visibility, and cloud ceilings affect safe operations. Choose not to fly if conditions are unsafe. If you share the cockpit with a visual observer, brief them on airspace and communication procedures. Understand right-of-way rules. Manned aircraft always have priority. Avoid their flight paths whenever possible. You can get waivers for some rules. Apply well before planned operations requiring special permissions. Training courses and recurrent study keep you sharp. Review regulations often to stay confident for the test. Use checklists. They reduce mistakes and make your pre-flight routine fast and reliable every time. Learn how to read sectional charts, VFR charts show airspace boundaries and other important navigation details. Controlled airspace has different classes. Each class needs specific permissions or limits you must respect. Class G is uncontrolled. You can operate there without ATC permission, still follow visibility and cloud rules. Class B, C, D require contact or authorization. Do not enter without prior clearance from ATC. Practice scenario planning. Think about contingencies, emergency landing sites, and how to handle unexpected problems. If a manned aircraft approaches, change course, descend, or climb safely to avoid any close encounters. Keep your logbook updated, record flight times, maintenance, and any incidents to show your safe practices. Respect privacy. Avoid recording people without consent. Think about how your operation affects others nearby. When flying near airports, identify the airport, check pattern altitudes, and avoid entering controlled airspace without clearance. Use reliable apps, maps, and official FAA resources for current airspace and NOTAM information before flying. Inspect batteries carefully. Damaged batteries can fail mid-flight, causing crashes or loss of control. Practice emergency landings in safe areas. Know how to reduce power and glide to safe touchdown spots. If you carry a visual observer, keep clear hand signals or radio words ready for urgent instructions. Know medical conditions that limit your ability to safely operate. Do not fly while impaired for any reason. Study the regulations about carriage of another person's property. Do not carry cargo without meeting regulatory rules. Understand how weather reporting works. METARs and TAFs give useful details about current and forecasted weather. Learn how to read METAR lines, find wind, visibility, cloud ceilings, and other important weather facts. Practice calculating weight and balance for small payloads. Improper loading affects control and flight performance badly. Keep situational awareness, scan the sky, look for other aircraft, and stay ready to take evasive action. Study the FAA definitions carefully. Terms like SUAS, person on board, and control station are test staples. Use practice tests to find weak areas, review explanations, and focus study time on those topics specifically. Stay calm during the exam, read each question twice, and eliminate wrong choices before answering. Remember that safety is the main goal. Always put safe operations before completing any task quickly. Ask for help from experienced pilots, join study groups, and practice flying with supervision when possible. If you are unsure about a rule, check the FARs and FAA guidance, read official documents carefully. Keep a calm log of any incidents, include times, locations, and details for later review or reporting. Learn common accident causes, like low battery, lost link, and pilot distraction, and how to prevent them. Practice radio communication basics. Know when to contact ATC, and what information they may require from you. Review examples of waivers and authorization. Understand conditions and limitations tied to each permission granted. Keep learning. Make short study sessions daily. Build confidence steadily with consistent practice and review. By mastering these basic rules, you will be better prepared for real operations and exam scenarios. Now, test your knowledge with 5 simple, clear, and practical questions to check your understanding. Keep note of mistakes you make on practice tests, review explanations, and correct your weak parts. Use the study resources in the description. Enroll in the full practice set for more questions and explanations. If you like this section, Leave suggestions in comments below, and please subscribe for more videos. For the full course, get the complete practice tests in the description, links to Udemy and Etsy. Please leave suggestions in comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for future helpful practice videos. Quiz: 5 practice questions for Section 1. 1. What certificate do you need to operate commercially under Part 107 rules in the United States? You need a remote pilot certificate with a small UAS rating, issued by the FAA. Study the application steps, pass the knowledge test, and keep your certificate current always. 2. What is the maximum altitude allowed for SUAS operations without any waiver or exception? The maximum altitude is 400 feet above ground level, unless within 400 feet of structure. This limit keeps drones clear of most manned aircraft and reduces collision risk near airports. 3. Who has the right-of-way when an SUAS and a manned aircraft are nearby? Manned aircraft always have the right-of-way. You must yield and avoid their flight path. Give manned aircraft space by changing course or altitude. Safety for everyone is priority. 4. What should you do if you lose the control link during your SUAS flight? Follow your pre-planned lost link procedures, attempt recovery, and land safely when possible. Prepare lost link steps before flight. This reduces confusion and increases chances of safe recovery. 5. How soon must you report a serious SUAS accident to the FAA after occurrence? You must report serious accidents to the FAA within 10 days, include all required details. Timely reporting helps investigations and improves safety. Keep accurate notes for your report.